Manu for the talk. And as Manu said, I believe there is something growing at the intersection of NFTs and other narrative. Manu presented the social impact, and I would like to show you my obsession for DeFi and NFTs, which I think is also going to be a really big part of the DeFi industry, and it's already started. So unicity, it's all about that. NFTs allow us to tokenize unicity, and this unicity can be used to tokenize capital. And in the economic theory, all form of capital should be used to offer financial services. This is the way you provide efficiency to people and interesting products. And this is what we are going to talk about. So DeFi and NFTs has already started to meet each other. We're going to talk first about financial position and tokenization of financial position. So this is more about how NFTs can serve DeFi, and I think it's really interesting. Then we'll talk more about how NFTs can be helped by DeFi, what DeFi could bring to those kind of assets and this kind of capital. First, let's look at position tokenization. So what NFTs can bring to DeFi. Who here knew that Curve was using NFTs since 8 months ago? Yes, it's surprising. So maybe you heard that Uniswap, of course, use NFTs to tokenize the position on their V3. But 8 months ago, Curve launched cross-asset swap using Synthetics protocol on top of it. And they use NFTX to ensure the transfer of your asset from an asset to another one during the Synthetics transfer. So they were the first one, actually, I believe, to use NFTs to tokenize billions of positions. Then you got Uniswap and Alpha Finance, which is even using ERC 11155, which is a new standard at the intersection of fungibility and non-fungibility. And I believe this standard is also going to change the way you can tokenize position, and you're going to hear about it for sure. Legal position tokenization. Manu obviously talked about KYC and how painful it is, especially for the DGen we are. So this is what Yearn managed to escape via NFTs. So they offer Nexus mutual product, so an insurance for the users. But rather than giving your KYC, they're going to create one account, subscribe to many insurance products, and then tokenize them via NFTs and selling the NFTs to you that represent your insurance to Nexus. And I believe it's cool because NFTs can allow us to escape this kind of KYC via legal position tokenization. And obviously it's just started, I believe. You could see like NFTs for contracts, ERL contracts, that kind of thing. Okay, let's go deeper now. You probably, I don't know who here collects some NFTs? Just 5, 6? Yeah, a bit more. Okay, sure. And who got a punk? Like, yeah, not that much. It's expensive, and we were not all there in 2017. But thanks now, there are pricing and there are index that allow us to be hedged to the punk valuation without owning a whole punk. And I think it's cool for portfolio diversification, accessibility, and NFTs democratization, moreover. So the question is about how to price the NFTs. This is probably, the cliff on which DeFi is playing when it's about NFTs. How do you price those? How can you ensure there is a fair amount of liquidity at which you can instantly trade the NFTs? And this is probably why Aave is not using NFTs right now, because they need to offer instant liquidation, which you barely can do with NFTs. Fortunately, they are looking to solve that with floor price. For instance, first one is NFTX, second one is Nifty Museum. It's quite similar, basically. They rely on a similar to balancer pool where you put the NFT, they fractionalize it via an ERC20 and they give you a share of it. So it's cool because NFTX, they provide you like a pool of punk NFTs at which you can instantly trade a ERC20 for an underlying punk. So we're going to talk more about that after, because it's open way bigger product than just pricing. Average Price, Yuma, that you may know for their synthetic solution, has recently done a partnership with Yam, and I believe it's big, because Yuma's got big brain, Yam got big hands, and working together, they develop UPunk, which is another way to get your portfolio edge on Punk and really soon other NFTs. Then you got crowd appraisal. This is even more maybe promising and a bold movement. Their idea is just that all of us, we may find the approximate value of NFTs just by asking user, is this punk worth this price? And you will say yes, no to me. And if all of us do this and I put some mathematics, I will find the approximate price of it. So that's their bet, and it's upshot. You should look at it. It's really, really cool. Does someone have a question? Cool. Investing. So when you got a price, okay, it's time to get your money in. Fund management. This ape is the symbol of Blackpool, co-founded by Julien Bouteloup. And their goal is to apply quantitative strategy on top of NFTs. So they got this rational mindset about looking at data and creating strategy like a classic hedge fund for the NFTs. They are really good at Sora, mostly Comet, and they got the most expensive Mbappe also, so very proud of what they are building. Then you got index. We talk a bit about that. You can hedge yourself in an index rather than build a whole NFT. Collective ownership. So here is another idea how to invest. Maybe it will be too expensive for me to collect the most famous meme, but if I fractionalize it with Manu and all of us, we could do a DAO and buy one and share it together. So this is what Fractional is offering, developed by Andy mostly. It's a DAO, of course. And Pleasure DAO is like kind of first application of it. So they are a collective that collect the most expensive memes of the ecosystem together, and this seems to have a lot of fun, so maybe we should try it too. And then you have Niftex, which is really similar to Fractional. A question we can ask about those collective ownership is about governance. Because probably most of us don't vote for each token we got, and governance is like a lot of time dedication. We need to solve this problem of how do we manage the NFT? Do we really need everyone to vote, to take an action over it? So for instance, they are thinking about the buyout mechanism. So if each of us we can agree on saying if the NFT that we collectively owns worth that amount, we will instantly sell it. So that's the kind of solution you can bring. Investing, no, oh. Okay, the slide name should be NFTs as collateral. This is the most exciting slide. Because it's just introducing what I'm going to show you right after. But first, let's talk about peer-to-peer. Who has ever used a microphone? Because I never did before. So peer-to-peer, oh cool. Who has used ETHLend before? No one. Who has used Aave? Yeah, sure. Because Aave is mad, it's sick, it's very cool because it's fair to contract. So it's efficient, you got the pool mechanism, efficiency, and APR is cheap, it goes fast, instantly, it's super cool. While peer-to-peer is archaic, you know, it's like, I don't know, not good. So it's not good. Okay, but for NFTs it's a start. So basically peer-to-peer, you're gonna put your NFT, say I believe it's worth that amount, I can pay that APR for getting a loan for it, and people are gonna try to find each other. So I believe the first one is pawn.fee, the other one should be pawn something else. And then you got peer-to-contract, so uniquely and mostly Bunchy, which is also over there. And Bunchy is the first lending protocol that supports NFTs and ERC20s, but with peer-to-contract. So we provide the efficiency of smart contracts and pool mechanism while supporting probably one of the most used standards to tokenize capital. And as we said before, it's super important to support all forms of tokenized capital into the blockchain. And this is what we are dedicated to. Bunch of capital on Bunchy. First thing, protocol for sure. So basically, starting from now, there are two kinds of NFTs. The one you don't put on Bunchy, so it's not efficient at all, it's dying capital, it's always a big cost of opportunity because when you get this NFT, it's like asset that is locked, you don't get the price valuation, you can do anything with it, while on the other side, the user of Bunchy have a lot of fun, they can get a loan, they can so farm, ape with their punk, they can get long on the punks, they can cover themselves from each price variation. So maybe they just want to be priced in dollar and they would not like to get the ETH risk over the NFTs. So that's the kind of use case you can start to think about. And as we mentioned, especially Manu, NFT has started with collectibles and also now with financial NFTs. And I also think that they are going to grow much, much bigger, leading to tokenization, so market for all kind of goods and services that can be put into words in respect mostly to crypto anarchist manifesto. So this is it, and let's do a demo. I believe it's the first one I show Bunchy to someone else. So, do you want to see it?
Go.
Yeah, bro. Never done that before, it's gonna be cool. So Bunchy is co-funded by Tony, friend of mine. So here is our value proposition. You can earn on Bunchy if you got stablecoin, if your friends got stablecoin, if anyone you know got stablecoin, you should deposit those in Bunchy when we launch, and you will be really rewarded for that. So please spread the message. Deposit all from digital assets, maximize your revenue, competitive APR because it's peer to contract. So it's time to leverage your NFTs and do what you like to do. Be a ape. And yeah, leverage unicity, of course. So let's go, let's do it. What should I deposit? I deposited like 2 CryptoPunks before, and that they are evaluated $70,000 total. I'm gonna deposit some more. I'm gonna go all long. Or maybe just 3, this one, okay? I'm gonna deposit those. Yeah, let's go. So this is a testnet version.
Okay.
Obviously. Because, Okay, let's go. I got now 5 punks and a lot of deposited. It's cool. I can borrow. It's time to go long. I want to borrow some stablecoin. Not gonna short ETH right now. Beer is always there, already there. Let's go long. So what can I borrow? Okay, max. Oof. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, let's go. Time to ape. Should we ape? Yeah, confirmé. Great. Here we go. So as you see, the exact same efficiency as you are used to when you're using Aave, Compound, or any lending app, but with much more capital supported. So I think it's time to start leveraging unicity and make some cash on the future of finance, future of friends. So join us at Bunchy, spread the word, just come, share with us if you want to build. Andy, let's build together. So everyone, and also talk to your friends that got stablecoins, and yeah, let's go. Let's be a chef. You got any questions, sir?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could use any kind of NFT, or is it like specific ones like CryptoPunks or?
Yeah, really great question. So the underlying mechanism between Bunchy is using NFTX. So I mentioned NFTX as a pool of liquidity, so we use them as an index, so we get the valuation. And when we need to liquidate, we take the liquidator will take the punk, exchange it for the ERC20 via NFTX, and swap it instantly on SushiSwap.
Okay.
So what does that mean because security is our priority, obviously,
yeah.
And you can basically consider the NFT we support, so Punk, Axis, Mask, and then probably Coolcat, so I don't know what you need because it's the output. Maybe? Okay, we'll do it probably.
Good cuts.
Yeah, for sure. But it's mostly about market liquidity on sushi swap. So you make sure the market liquidity cannot be gamified or whatever, and that's okay. So you can consider it as a risky market on Aave. So close to $5 billion, millions rather. So that's it. So also we are really relying on NFTX at the moment that are releasing their V2, which I believe has great tokenomics to incentive people to put Punk in the vault because they will earn fees for that. Though we are also here to centralize the vertical and be sovereign on the way we support NFTs, and we already got two pretty innovative solutions that are gonna allow us to scale the number of NFT we support and always give you a greatest and more accurate appraisal for your NFT. Manu, sir.
Yeah, you mentioned NFTX. Is NFTX the Oracle or what?
The Oracle is more about sushi. We will need to pay to make it work because right now they don't have an Oracle for their junk.
But you mentioned that NFTX, like it has a pool of punks and you have an index based on that. So is that the Oracle right now for you guys? Is that how you measure price?
Exact. It's the ERC20 equivalent. It's at the price variation on sushi, on the exchange of sushi.
Okay.
So this is the index, yeah.
And another question, NFTX has an issue that you come with a punk, you deposit that punk, you get the ERC20, but when you are going with the ERC20 to redeem the punk, you're not going to get the same punk that you put in.
Actually, we do, you can actually do it.
Oh yeah?
But it's like I think 5%.
You pay like 5% fees, but you get whichever you want.
Oh yeah?
So you have a premium to select the one that you want.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't ensure you that someone is not going to redeem it before you.
No,
there is still the problem of a pool where someone can redeem yours.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
And here, how do you guys handle that?
The thanks, I believe we don't have this problem because when you deposit, we guarantee NFT conservation, exact conservation. Because we don't use the NFT basically. It's just on the smart contract in the vault.
And we just locked.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's locked. We respect your NFT. It's priced at the index of NFTX, but nothing additional. So we guarantee the exact conservation of your NFT as soon as you don't default.
Okay, but then you are actually depending on the price of the ERC20 of the index.
Exact, I am.
Okay.
So what you could imagine is like the really floor NFT will be deposited on NFTX to earn some APY and some fees, and a bit higher will be used on Bunchy to go long. But as I mentioned, now it's NFTX. In 2 months is Bunchy something related, like sovereignty kind of. I believe it's good for the time, or someone has question? Good. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so who is taking care of the liquidations, or are they permissionless?
Yeah, sure. Full permissionless,
Yeah.
and just the first one to come, it's yours. Thank you very much.